start looking for a new reserve car, take those two cars and cash them in or trade in and try to find a nice car for the reserves and part-time. Right now, they're using mine, so it's running double shifts. I would like to have something nice as a backup car and as a reserve car
Are you looking to get new or used?
used.
Have you checked with any other departments around, they're trying to get rid of one that is in excellent condition?
Now, guys, we tried this once before. We're looking to use not such a good condition as maybe what ours was, so.
I know,
I'm
I
against
just,
the use.
sorry.
Go ahead.
I just want to, there's some good deals out there if I can just find them. Right now, I just getting tired of putting money into, something that's going to keep breaking. I mean, like I said, the 2017 lasted us 9 years and the 2016 lasted us 10 years. We have,
Yeah, if you put it out for bids or for trade-in, probably more money from trade-in.
I get more money traded.
We didn't get much off the bid last time.
No, we didn't. That's why we'd rather trade both of them in and see what we can do. But I just want to see how you guys felt about it. I would just like to have a nice reserve car for them.
Does it need to be a truck or a car?
I'd rather have something four-wheel drive
Yeah, with these hills.
for these hills in the winters.
And then, I mean, budget-wise, how are you looking?
I got some money. I've got some money. Right now, I talked to the wife and, our bulletproof vests are 2 years over. So right now I'm looking at trying to get at least a couple the full-time guys get new vests. And that's probably going to be around 3,000 to 3,500. And then, whatever money I can put together. I haven't been spending much.
I'm with Brian on the used part, because you don't know what you're getting, especially if you purchase from another department, how hard it's been driven. I mean, if you can look into what they're gonna offer on trade and what kind of discounts you
Yeah,
get,
that's,
please.
but I just want to know that I got the backing of you guys before I even start this mission, because I want to be able to have something that'll work.
Now go for it.
Yeah,
So,
Go
I mean, last time we had that Dodge worked on, it was like $5,000, wasn't
yep.
Yeah.
And now
it?
this is
That's why
the
I
second,
don't like used.
no,
this is the second time the Durango's been at Sheets in 3 weeks, so,
for it.
okay.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think that's it. Any questions? Thank you.
thank you. All right, Scott.
Okay, you guys have my report, so if you have any questions, just jump in and ask. Obviously, the new reservoir and a lot of these projects are, it's pretty amazing because I feel like we've been working on this for 2 years. So tonight it feels pretty good to know that everything's moving forward. And they are, they seem to want to start fairly quickly. So I think they're going to get a good start before getting into winter. We've started replacing the residential meters. Took us a little longer to get to it this summer. We've had more leaks than we would hope for, but we're starting to replace those now. I mentioned that EPA inspection with Camp Atterbury. We don't know what to expect there, but I feel like we're going to be included. So we're just kind of preparing, I guess you'd say, just anything that we might think we need to try to get in tip-top shape, but really nothing new, but just, I don't know what to expect there. That's never happened that I know of. So I've been told it's kind of like an IDIM inspection where they come in and go through things. So we'll see.
We just had an inspection this year.
We had the IDIM inspection. This is the
But it
EPA.
went pretty good.
It went very well. Yeah, it went very well. Yeah, it went really well. But like I said, I don't know what to expect on this one, but yeah, I'm not worried. Don't get me wrong. I'm not the least bit worried about it. I just want things to look the best they can. I do want to mention that I do think that, thank Lindsay, Greg, everybody, this whole situation, I feel like the communication's been really well amongst all of us. And I appreciate that from the utilities side of things. Of course, I worry about security and things like that. And the more everybody shares, and Camp Atterbury has been extremely helpful. Sergeant Major Butler mentioned the grant that we're working on, that we've applied for. And by the way, we're supposed to know that by this Friday.
Oh.
So, yeah, I've been checking my emails quite a bit.
Yeah.
But there's a really good communication. I feel like those are some things that's really improved the last few years. And as the utility superintendent, it makes my life a lot easier the more we do that. So, and Greg, you guys have been great. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Scott.
I mentioned the grant. We'll know by Friday, hopefully. The SCADA project that we've been working on with Camp Atterbury, there again, another joint effort, it is completely finished now. That's
Good.
100%. We're live, everything. There's not been any kinks whatsoever. It's went really smooth. Jumping on the wastewater, kind of the same thing. I mean, we do things in preparation. Camp Atterbury has informed me that we should not have to take much portalet waste, because that's something that's really hard on our wastewater plant. But there again, they've been communicating back and forth with me. But even if we do, we've tried to pump down some of the tanks. There again, just
I thought we weren't going to take any more for
we're not supposed to, but just in the anticipation of not knowing what could affect anything.
And weren't they supposed to clean them out? Camp Atterbury?
They did.
They're all cleaned up now?
They did. Well, but those are storm overflows also. So you always have some flow going in there. So they're clean, and Remy and Roy both, we have them pumped down. You know, we don't know what to expect. So we're just looking at it. Let's be as ready as we can, you know, so it doesn't affect us. Other than that Horner on that main generator down the lift station, the main lift station, they got into a little more damage than was anticipated there, but I think we've got that all smoothed out with the insurance company, and hopefully we'll have that within the next 30 days. Other than that, I'll just, any questions, I'll leave it at that.
When we hired you, what was our water efficiency? What, in the upper 60s, lower 70s? If I remember correctly, something like
To the best, it was in the lower 60s.
Yeah, but now since he's taking charge,
Well,
it's in the last 6 to 8 months, it's been in the upper 70s to up to the middle 80s as far as proficiency in our water.
Well, Mike started all that, don't forget.
Yes, he did. Mike's the one that started making us count.
Yeah.
Now, we've got an exceptional crew.
Mike has got a
We've got it. I don't want to take too much credit, Charlie, because the crew is what's bought in too. They're the ones asking me, what's our efficiency this month? So they really,
You get the dings and the praises, but then you pass it on to them.
I will. Oh, I do, trust me. But thank you very much for pointing that out.
All right, any other questions for Scott? Okay. Tony, you want to do your street department report?
Sure,
Okay,
First time up.
yes.
just,
Just go, yeah, just go.
we performed our weekly mowing, started brush cutting. We've done Howard Prince, Dyson, Hoover, Fleming, and Army Reserve. We had a hydraulic leak in one of the mowers, so we replaced the, 2 hoses and a filter. We've been trimming low-hanging branches for the buses. Pulled the weeds out here and mulch. Sprayed weeds on the infield at Fall Park, and we serviced the motors. Gonna continue on the brush cutting.
Perfect.
I like that you'll kill half a tree. Now, I got something to bring up on that, circle that we talked about. You look it up on, Beacon, no information on it. And then people that live at that house, their address is Nineveh Road. They've never used Dunham. They've always used that circle to get in and out of.
So,
I maintain that we keep it up, grass and plow.
so you say that their address is Nineveh,
Never road.
or Nineveh Road?
Yeah, yeah.
And I thought that they cut that opening as like a secondary driveway.
Yeah, that's,
There's no,
That's
they can't
newer.
get in there off of Dunham. There's two big trees
No,
right
it's
there in the dump.
blocked.
Yeah.
It's blocked.
Yeah.
It may have been 50 years ago, but not now.
Yeah.
So,
The last 20 years or so, they've been going out that turnaround, that circle.
so they don't live on Dunham.
No,
Okay, so
Their
why
address is-
why would we maintain their grassy area if they don't live in Princess?
it's not
Heights?
their property.
It's not
It's
our
not ours
property.
And it's not Camp
I know, but
Adams.
listen, that is the entrance to this town,
It's
right?
not the entrance. to
Every
our town.
year, it is, people
Yes,
come down
it's
here,
really-
Anthony. They come straight down Nineveh Road.
How many fields do you pass
How
coming
many-
into Nineveh?
How many times you've been out there cleaning that Nineveh Road? I ain't never
How
seen you.
many times? how many
Every
fields
year
do
I'm
you
down there
drive-
cleaning Nineveh
How
Road
many
up with these
fields do
good
you
citizens.
drive past on Nineveh Road coming into Princess Lakes?
I don't know.
A lot. How many fence lines do you pass that are growing up with grass?
Everywhere.
Why do you feel?
Why
that
don't
we
you cut
should-
your weeds on your
Let me
ditch
speak.
line?
Let
Why
me
don't you
speak.
cut your ditch line too?
Are you gonna let me speak or not?
No, because I'm gonna fight
You
it.
need to stop and let me speak.
I'm listening.
Okay, then listen. All right? We do not own that. And
It
it is
doesn't matter. It
it
makes our town look like crap.
is irresponsible for our town to give funds away for something that we don't even own. You go out and you ask any taxpayer out there, hey, we don't own that. Do you feel that we should be mowing that with our taxpayer money where it could be going to something better? I don't give a damn if it looks bad to you or not. It's grass. We
I live
pass
in this town
grass.
too and I pay taxes.
Yeah, you're right. But it's grass and we don't own that lot and we.
It doesn't matter. Ask the water department how
So-
many things they have pipes there.
If we need to take a vote on this, we'll take a vote on it right here, right now. We don't own it, and we don't need to be maintaining it. If the county wants it mowed, they can get their butts right down here and maintain what
They
they
ain't
own.
gonna cut it.
That's
You
not
know
our
that.
problem.
Why doesn't the homeowner cut it?
Because it's not there.
But if it goes into their
We've
entrance
been
and then
taking
goes.
care of it for years.
Exactly.
I know, but I don't think, it's one thing, I truly appreciate we do the cleanup, but that's
No,
a
it-
once a year thing. But when we're going down there,
But
we
people
clear
come
monthly.
down to the southern part of this county
But that's
and
not,
they pull into Princess Lakes and we got weeds 4 feet tall.
that's not
What
a
about
reflection
all
of
about,
us.
no, what about all those people that came out there and helped us clean Nineveh Road to make it look better?
But that's a whole separate
Bring their
issue.
leaders next year.
I'll tell you what, I make a motion that we maintain that property down there, we cut it and plow it like we have been for the last 20 or 30 years.
I don't even care
That
about
motion was
plowing.
made.
Just
I need
make our town and community look nice.
It's not a reflection of us though, because it's not.
Yes, it
ours.
is.
It's not our property.
Not.
Yes,
I made a
it
motion
is.
that
It is
there's
a reflection of
Our
ours.
property.
It
Okay.
doesn't matter, Anthony, it's been a part of this town for
Okay.
years.
So,
All right,
So
so
they don't
Charlie made a vote or motion to vote. Who, does anybody second it? You? No?
I have a comment. I want to ask Scott a question. Scott, do we have water valves down in that area?
Yes, we do.
How many?
I believe 3.
So if we let it grow up, you guys are gonna end up having to cut it back, so you.
We try to keep them cut back. We try, if there's a valve out like that, we try to keep it cut back. I mean, in the area where the valves are.
Now, when I look at Beacon, Beacon doesn't have a property ID parcel for that. But it does say Princess Lakes across the top of it.
that didn't mean much. We know that much. That's a generalization.
All right, so Charlie made a motion. Does anybody second the motion?
I will, I think we ought to keep it. cut.
All right, that's fair.
Yes.
Yes,
No,
No.
Yes.
All right, there you go.
there you go, continue cutting it.
why are we maintaining something that's not ours?
Get over it, you lost the vote.
Scott's gonna be out there mowing part of it.
that's what they do. That's part of what their job is, to maintain their pits.
We're paying for it either way.
Is there any legal?
I pay for the fuel the police
Check,
department
I
does.
suppose. I think the county owns it. I don't think they're going to check.
To what, us?
Yeah.
Mowing it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. So as of right now, we're gonna keep mowing it.
Can we just take possession?
What do you kind of have?
Yeah, you just did
We
now, now we did
I'm
what?
talking
Well, I mean legally. Okay, let's move on. All right, so we're gonna go do the clerk treasurer's report. Erica?
I have presented and asking for approval for general claims in the amount of $146,110.17. Utilities claims $270,900.44. July 31st, 2025 allowance docket $41,645.73. August 14th, 2025 allowance docket $43,921.03. And I'll do that one separate. So those 4, please.
I make a motion to approve the claims as read by our clerk treasurer.
Second.
Votes?
Yes.
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 Okay, and then we have HWC invoice for $2,250.
I make a motion that we approve HWC invoice number 10, $2,250.
Second.
Votes?
Yes.
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 Last month, we did a transfer resolution for the funds that the park board has raised for their festivals. Going back and looking at everything, there was a little bit more funds in there that I need to move. So I am asking for transfer resolution 2025-04 in the amount of $1,268.06. And then that moves all of the money that the park board earned in their events to their own fund.
I make a motion to approve the transfer resolution 2025-04 in the amount of $1,268.06.
Second.
Votes?
Yes.
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 Okay, and then the last one, Made Right Fence has completed the work done at the Ball Diamond. And I would like to get them to be able to be paid $1,616. It's the work that they
what's
did
the
at
company?
Made Right, RITE.
And it's for the fencing?
Correct. I don't know what fund, I'd have to look at it, but you've already approved the work to be done, it just has to get paid now, so out of the park fund.
I make a motion that we approve the invoice from Made Right for the fencing down the ballpark for $1,616.
Second.
Votes?
Yes.
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 And then the last thing I have, just to let you know, I talked to Greg about it a little bit. Last week, there's another grant that's out there that we can go for reimbursement for bulletproof vests. I think it's up to like $5,200 or $5,400. That's something that we could work on,
Yes.
getting that done.
Good.
And that's all I have.
Okay.
Yeah, a few things. I talked 2 or 3 times since our last meeting with Kim Shaftall's her name at Bestway Disposal about the trash bags. And I think at our last meeting, we talked about was recycling something that we wanted to include, because I had come to understand over the last several years that the contractors are not getting money back on recycling, or not very much. That the market that used to exist for recycling has kind of gone away. I think, I don't know, there might be a Chinese market or something for plastics or something, but that's about it. Where it used to be lucrative for the contractors to pick up the recyclables separately and then sort them, and you'd have, wood byproducts and glass. Glass was a big deal, and plastics. It's not working very well right now. And so an awful lot of recyclables are ending up in the landfill anyway, which is kind of what we thought at our last meeting, but she confirmed that. And if we include an option that provides for recyclables to be collected, that will be a more expensive rate than if we don't. So, I think there are certainly residents and prospective customers of the contract who have an interest in recycling and maybe recycling now. And may be disappointed if you ultimately entered into a contract that didn't provide it. But understand that if that is one of the options you want to have bid on, or you intend to include it, the rate that ultimately will be paid will be higher. And there won't be any rebate coming back to the town on the recyclables that are sold, because that market doesn't seem to be there right now. Okay, so it makes sense to me that come out. We talked about multiple trash carts and extra trash pickup. And so the way this is typically structured in a number of communities, and I think this is the way New Whiteland and Brooklyn both do it with Best Way, is each customer would get their 96-gallon cart. For whatever you ultimately agree on for the rate that is charged, each customer would get a 96-gallon cart. That would be the service they would get picked up and emptied once every week. That would be the basic service. Any customer could contact Best Way directly for a second cart or a third cart. And there would be an additional charge billed by Best Way directly to that customer for the expanded service. They right now offer stickers that customers could buy. The way it's done, I think, in New Whiteland is they may bring out 200 at a time that then customers can come to the town hall and buy for 75 cents a piece. And so if you want to put out bagged trash next to your cart, you can put a sticker on it and they'll take that too, anytime you want. Typically, that ends up being around holiday time. So there may be some people who want 2 carts all the time.
Well, I won't say that again, I don't think it's a bad idea. Where I'm at, the raccoons.
Well, I don't know. I don't know about that. I mean, there are raccoons everywhere, as far as I can
Spread
tell,
our stuff.
but there's
everywhere.
more than here.
Line of break persistent.
Yeah.
But I think if you put it out there, I think it has to be bagged. So that, yeah, that gets tricky. But it's available. It's something that could be factored in as well, and it's pretty popular in these other communities. But to your point, they probably don't have the critter problem that you have down here, given the cover. So that's the way it's sort of taking shape in my conversations. The other issue that came up was, can the sort of modern style, larger trucks, can they get down the end of these streets and get turned around and get back
Well,
out?
Rumpke's using a small truck.
Well, but are any of the current
Rumpke's using
contractors,
a smaller truck. It's a single axle. That's what they use back here when they cross the dam.
is it automated? Does it lift the?
Yeah.
Okay,
But it's half the size.
okay.
of a regular truck.
Well, I think probably, it may take Best Way out of the equation because, and I think they're gonna send one of their operational folks down here just to see whether they really think they can get down and provide service and get back up. They don't have anything but these larger automated trucks, you know what I'm talking about, that has the lift, the arms that nothing. And so I don't know. I don't know whether they did.
When I say they got a lift, you gotta have to get out on the back, pull a can up and
Yeah.
off the back, it lifts it.
Yeah, these things have a side, that lifts it and dumps it.
So I don't know how that would be viable anywhere either with
It wouldn't.
trees.
Well, I don't know.
We had furniture delivered one time and the semi backed up the road and ripped the wires right out of our
I'll
house.
say that as well across my place.
Yeah.
It's not our problem.
I just don't think
Well-
they'll be a viable company.
Well, but I think the challenge that you have is if you want to find a contractor that will do this for what would be the best rate, it's going to be a contractor that provides that kind of service, that has the automated trucks that are driven by one driver,
Yeah.
that can operate a lift and drive it at the same time, and that they've just gone to that. And so we may find that if we invite bids, it may be smaller contractors with smaller trucks, that they may be out there. But I don't know that they're gonna have the 96-gallon cars. Don't know. And my guess is that rate's gonna be higher. But I'm not sure it's gonna be higher than what anybody's paying now.
When they have to make multiple trips, let's send more trucks out from the town, but be able to pick up all the trash.
Yeah.
Separate days or whatever.
Yeah, and I think that a smaller contractor sending smaller trucks is probably gonna require a higher rate. But that doesn't mean that it still wouldn't be better than what individuals are paying now, because there's economy in having one contractor picking up everybody's trash rather than everybody contracting for their own.
I don't know what else the other ones charge. Ours is like $69 for 3 months. But then you have that one truck that they just throw the bags in the back of it.
It's like bungee.
Yeah, but I don't know what they
The
charge
cage is bungee.
or what they charge. So that might be hurting some customers.
And the other piece was heavy trash pickup, and she's certain that if you have community cleanup day, they would certainly provide, I think they're providing now, she thinks that if you continue doing that, 2 times a year, 4 times a year, however much you want to do it, you'll end up delivering service at a much better rate than you will if you try to have them come around with one of those trucks with kind of a boom thing coming out the side of that, right? That they're going to have a really difficult time at getting to that heavy trash. And she's really encouraging you to keep doing the community cleanup day and take that out of the equation too. So that's the update, but I don't know where to go from here, because while I think that you could get an affordable rate and really good service with these additional services offered for bags, tag, or a second tote, somebody runs one or whatever, I don't know whether the kind of contractor that offers that can get up and down these hills. Well, it's not for me to hit you. Sorry.
Yes.
Couple questions. Last time we spoke, you said it would be a mandatory thing for everybody to participate.
Yeah.
And then secondly, how would you bill it?
We got a utility bill.
So if they got behind on their trash pickup, the water get cut off, or how?
No.
I'm just curious on how that.
It wouldn't be allowed. Water service trash. But you could decide that you're going to take the amount of money they pay and prioritize how you apply it, which charges are on that bill in which order. But
I'm just saying this out loud. We have enough trouble with the weight increase with the couple of hours on water. It's that psychological thing of seeing an extra 20, 30, whatever dollars now.
it is.
Our bill, it's going to be frictional.
I think what gets balanced, it takes a while for all this to sit out, but you're getting one bill instead of a utility bill and a bill from your own trash contractor. It's all combined. So that adds some simplicity to it all. And I think it would necessarily have to result in a better rate, a better service, and a cleaner town across. But I don't know whether it's possible.
I think we need to find out what it's possible.
But yeah, I mean, we would put it out for bid and find out. And then you make it like that. You would buy the bids doesn't convince you to do the rest, right? But I don't know about.
Anyway, when it comes to best way, you might, in conversations, you might remind them that they have all of our wastewater stuff down there. We're a pretty good user of them.
I don't think it's at all a lack of interest. As I said before, I don't work for them. I don't get mad or anything, but I can just tell my experience with it. It's just been great.
Well, I would say that's
they operate anything but these front load.
Well, probably didn't either. And I don't know what happened, they had big trucks. And then all of a sudden they got, like, two of them.
I talked to the driver, not the driver. I talked to the driver, I was curious why he said they could negotiate
So the terms,
lengths that a lot of the dead ends and the towers. That's why they went to the smaller truck. I thought he was trying to save our road.
Well, so maybe, the next step ought to be some kind of a conversation with Rumpke about what interest they would have in an exclusive contract, and do they have equipment that would work? And I think I told you before, well, I know I did, but it's been a few months ago. There was a change in the legislation. There is a separate chapter, Title 36, 10, wherever it is, 910, that now allows towns just to contract this service without competitively bidding it like we do everything else. We can. But I think it does open up a little bit more freedom to talk with contractors about, can you do this? You tell us what would work best. I think I probably have ended that conversation with Bestway because she had said to me, we don't operate any trucks other than he's got it now. And if Rumpke would have an interest in some exclusive contract, then it might be worth asking them, if you were to have the whole town, could you service it? And see what they have to say. You want to give that a shot?
I think Rumpke and Republic both have.
Republic, that would be the other, okay.
I think you're right. It seems hard.
Well, and the other option is just to write specs that would require that, and if they want to bid on it, they can. They know whether they can do it or not. But getting a little guidance is useful. I mean, I think we're better off being as informed as we can be before we invite bids than just throw it against the wall and hope that we're coming close. Me too. Me too. Me too. But you know, they might have. I think it probably will eliminate Bestway, but that's okay. I mean, they're not going to get waste management again in this market.
I've never seen waste management.
But Rumpke and Republic certainly are. So I can reach out to them.
Well, I've seen, I think, Ray's down towards Brown.
Yeah, Ray's, this is still around. I don't think it's bought. Didn't Ray's get bought? Right?
You got a question there?
Right?
Would there be an opt-out option on that?
So what we're looking, we brought this up, people who are using trash services, it will hopefully reduce everybody. We realize we have people who don't do anything for trash. So to keep the town clean, reduce the cost of town cleanup was an option we explored. So
We are.
we are exploring.
And at the same time, having,
Down as low as I can.
So if you're paying for trash service, like,
No, I do something differently. I know my daughter goes and picks it up for me. There's my son-in-law gets trash from his mom and his grandpa and me, and he takes that to the dump and one trash. So I do get rid of my trash, but I don't know how. They,
basically we're trying to do kind of clean it, keep the neighborhood cleaned up,
right,
and like I say, hopefully reduce the cost of people who are paying for trash.
but we can opt out of it.
Well, that would be up to the council to decide, but typically you can't. I mean, typically it is, the council has the authority to require that everyone participate. Let me say it that way. They're not required to do that, but the reason that you can secure a lower rate and spread it out is because you have such uniform participation. That's the theory, and that's why it tends to work. But in your case, if you're not having any trash service provided to you now, that doesn't provide any benefit to you.
More money I have to pay out.
Well, instead of saying 800 homes, we have 799.
It's pretty hard to,
I think we should still
Okay.
just explore it.
Okay.
And, you know,
In charge of the person who brings the garage full of trash, he will be the one that opts out.
okay. And then, may have mentioned this to you the other day. There's a municipal advisor here in Johnson
Yes.
County named Adam Stone, who was the controller at Greenwood for a while. And he's now kind of out practicing on his own, providing services to a number of cities and towns kind of in the market. And he's really good at it. He does like fiscal plans for annexations. He helps with budgets and budget projections. He can do levy appeals. New Whiteland consulted with him when we were doing an annexation because we had to have a fiscal plan as part of the annexation process. That's how we first met him and had some experience with him. He's now helping with an annexation appeal to try to get our levy up so we can collect a bit more in tax revenue. He came to New Whiteland a couple of weeks ago to do a presentation on Senate Bill 1 and the effect that it's going to have on uniquely New Whiteland, and explain to the council what over the next 5-6 years, what's going to change and how our property tax revenue is going to fall off. But we have opportunities in the way of local income tax options to help offset that a bit. It really matters from community to community, depending on the nature of taxable property you have. Like Princess Lakes has almost exclusively residential properties. I don't know what the percentage of rental residential properties there are, but there's a difference tax cap on rental residential as opposed to owner occupied residential. And then there's a different tax cap on commercial property. It was very helpful for the council members in New Whiteland to hear a concise explanation of what Senate Bill 1 has done, condensing the 340-page bill down to a 40-minute presentation. And also, he projected for New Whiteland what's going to happen to them over the next several years and offer strategies on how to react to it. He'd be interested in doing that for Princess Lakes. I think it's valuable. It will cost some money. I mean, he will have to spend time looking at your current budget, projected budget, looking at your total assessed value of your property in town, applying the current tax rate to that to determine what your tax revenue is, and then look at how that's going to change as Senate bill phases in. And it, I think, is helpful in framing what you're going to need to be thinking about over the next few years and try to overcome what's going to be a loss of tax.
Eric, would that be beneficial to you?
Yeah, because we typically lose only $1,200 of tax, which is like nothing. But next year, we're projected to lose like $34,200, so a pretty significant jump from what we normally have. And I don't know if the complete numbers yet are still, I think this thing is still a moving.
Well, it's enacted. I think that.
Right, yes.
The question is
What
it
we're
going
gonna
to
get.
hold? You know, is it
Right.
going to, they're going to stay with it, or as we start seeing the effects of it? I think it's dynamic in the sense that they're going to keep looking at it and decide
Right.
whether they're going to amend it. But we know for the moment that the rights come to a stop. They're just going to start up again.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, and he'd say the same thing. You know, this is the way it's going to be if it stays the way it is now. But you know, it could be changed. There could be revisions to the legislation over the next few years.
Since Erica does her fine stuff like that, I think it's beneficial to her.
Well, I would love to hear it. I don't think it just benefits Eric. I think it benefits all of
Well,
us.
yeah.
Well, I think it does. I think it does. And I don't, I'm guessing, you know, it's going to be a $5,000 or $6,000 fee or something for him to prepare a presentation and look. I'm not quoting that for him. He also was doing other work for New Whiteland. He is preparing an annexation levy appeal. And so there were additional services and additional time spent by him for New Whiteland. But I said to him, would you be interested in it? Princess Lakes, he would. It could be available for the September meeting. And I said, I'll make them aware that you're out there. And I thought it was better. And I'd be happy to have, I'm not trying to entangle you in this, but I'd be happy to have Erica talk with him or see what he did for New Island and see whether she thinks it would be valuable to have him come as well. But we kind of needed, if we wanted to try to get here as early as September, we need to decide fairly soon whether that's what you want or not.
I could reach out to him, and then I have a couple other names I can reach out to and see.
Janet, I think,
Yeah.
isn't to the point yet where I think she could make a presentation like Adam can.
Okay,
But I asked her about it probably 2 months ago, and she said she really
not quite there
hadn't
yet.
gotten into it quite yet.
Okay.
So it hurts your brain.
It does.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
It is
It's a lot. There's different deductions that can happen, and there's different order of operations that is like 7 different things to try to figure this out. So we will need numbers to know exactly what we are going to lose. But like I said, last training is going to be up to 2/3, so that's quite a bit of money.
Oh.
He's a great consultant. It might be
Go ahead.
something to use.
Sir?
So, I said quiet until we mentioned my name's Jim Higgins. I'm a partner with LWG CPA. We do this professional work. I've been in this field for over 40 years. And I'm a new resident to the town.
Welcome.
I would be happy to assist Erica and the council in what the impact is to SCA one. And as a resident, and as a matter of public information, I will provide that at no cost to the town.
Well,
With this caveat, because I've told this to every one of my clients that get really excited about this. The Indiana General Assembly has 2 more opportunities to meet before this fully goes into effect. This next session and the session after that, short session or a long session. I will guarantee you that there will be changes
Yeah,
in
me
the
too.
legislation. Some will be good and some will be bad. The analysis here in Fritz's Lake isn't as bad because your tax base is primarily residential.
Right.
And to the extent some of that residential is non-homestead, because there are second homes for people that are weekenders. But essentially, your assessed value is going to drop. And that's just the way the tax relief works, along with the 10% credit that's been given by the county. There will be opportunities to increase and to make up for that money, but that will be determined by the county council because of your population. So there are at least.
that's the income tax piece.
The income tax.
But that's gonna,
It's there.
that's gonna erode down.
You will erode down, but again, that's at the option of the council.
Right.
So because of the population, you're at their beck and call. But there is a revenue adjustment that you made.
This is a wonderful offer.
The governor's word is, you must learn to do more with less. That's the message that's been delivered from the mountain. I don't necessarily agree with that, but if you are having problems with adopting rate increases and finding money for a police car, the last thing you should have to do is to spend money for a financial analysis from somebody that's interested in coming when I live just down the street.
Well, that's very generous,
Yes.
and I will say, I met Jim at the last meeting, but LWG has been around and at the top tier of the rate firms, rate consultant firms in the state. It was London Witty Group, and now they go by LWG, and I have been working with Bob Reynolds at, well, I've gotten him involved in Brooklyn and at Morgantown, I think now, all 3, to do the rate consultant work for them. And been very happy with the work he's done, and I found him to be more affordable than what I'm accustomed to. And so I've had good experience with LWG, for what that's worth.
there's no reason why I shouldn't be able to give back.
That's very
At
kind.
least to the community that I have established.
Well, Jim, that's very generous.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you. So
you.
shall we count on it, or?
If you like the work, I'm happy to provide. So,
I mean, the September meeting, if you wanted to give some explanation, that's the,
That will be the public hearing for the budget anyway. So we'll need to meet.
or you're not getting into this farther than you hoped, are you?
No,
I mean,
I know what I did when I stood up, so.
Well, that's very generous.
Thank
you.
Yeah.
You just made a lot of new friends.
Well, it's a great firm, and like I say, that's it.
Okay. Yeah,
Thank
that
you.
was very, very kind.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm done.
You're done? All right. Do we have any old business?
Oh, wait, 2025-06. Do we have to
Oh,
do a
yeah.
motion for that one already? Was that the?
We did.
All right,
We
no,
got
I'm
it.
sorry, yeah, I just had
No,
it.
it's all right, it's on the agenda.
Oh,
Yes,
We've done it.
Yeah, yes. Sorry. How's Charlie and Lindsay?
Old business. I found the, drawings that we made up for the new parcels office over here. I forgot to bring in some,
For the what?
the marshals for the building.
Oh, I thought you said parcel.
Some words don't come out right. I ain't drunk, okay. But anyway, I found the drawings that were made. I'll bring them next meeting. Y'all look at them, and if you're happy with it, fine. If not, if you want us to get an architect, we can.
Okay.
You know, so just to give you a heads up.
All right, any other old business? No? All right, before you do your new business, for new business, we really need to consider putting money in it was First Indiana, right? Or First Trust Indiana.
Yeah, Scott and I talked about that a little bit with numbers,
Yes.
of what to move over.
We just need to do it.
I just got that to Erica like Thursday or Friday of last
Okay.
week. But what I would like to see, which I just basically took the yearly average, and I'd like to see about 2 months in each utility kept back in operating fund, is what I was explaining to Erica. And she's been waiting on me on that. So we just got that kind of resolved.
Okay, and then what about general fund? I think we need to do that as well.
I think probably 2 months is probably a good amount too.
Okay. I mean, does everybody, do you understand what the Trust Indiana is? Charlie, you're looking at.
I think, I'm trying to wrap my brain about the rest of them talking about.
We earn good interest and we can get the money within 24 hours.
Yeah,
So, and there's no penalty for taking our money back.
Now,
While it's in there, it's earned interest.
so, I mean, do we need to take, I would like to do this ASAP.
We talked about this before.
Right, but I wanna like get it going. I think it's a really good thing that we do.
Yeah.
You know, we talked about all these shortfalls. Well, the way I look at it, that's money we're leaving on the table right now that
Yeah.
we could help pull in to help offset, set off other costs.
Right, okay. All right, well then you wanna do,
So, following up from the executive session we had prior to this meeting, I will fashion a motion for your consideration, and that is to accept the recommendations of the town marshal and to proceed, and authorize Lindsay and I to proceed in a manner consistent with applicable state statute and the town's personnel.
So,
Second,
votes,
yes.
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 yes,
Yes.
all right. Any other new business?
I got one thing to say. As elected officials, with $34,200 shortfall, again, Jim said do more with less. This is basically what they're telling us. I ask myself, and I ask you, you know, as Republicans, which is what we ran as, are we being responsible to our community? Doing things for other areas that, such as mowing property that we don't own. I have sat here more than one time listening to the street department and other people working for the street department saying, we don't have time for this, and we don't have time for that. Yet we're gonna sit here and take our taxpayer dollars, which we were supposed to be stewards of, and irresponsibly give that away to a property that we don't own. Not only are we giving the money away, we've got maintenance on the equipment going there, we've got the labor that we're sending down there to maintain something that we don't own. We are not being good stewards of the money for our community. It doesn't matter if it's for looks or whatever. We don't own it, we're not being stewards of our money.
So right now,
Now we're sitting here complaining of we don't have money for this, and now we gotta find money for this, and we gotta find money for this for next year. But yet, we're gonna spend money on something that we don't even own. That's
3
beyond me.
gallons of gas. I'll pay him to do it.
Good. Donate the gas. Anyways, I'm gonna
Get
finish
your
what
weed
I'm
eater to
saying.
come help us, Anthony.
So what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, that's right. Come on.
Anthony,
I'm just telling you, that you say whatever and do whatever and think whatever you want. We are not being stewards, good stewards of our money by doing things for other people and taking care of areas that we don't even own. You can say it's this, you can say it's that, whatever. That's my opinion. That's what I'm saying. Take it from there and do whatever you want. Thank you.
All right. Nothing else?
Before you close, I wasn't on the agenda, but I've got the construction contract agreement, performance payment bond, and Atlantic for the water system project. This isn't official yet for loan closures, but at the pre-construction, we have to have this signed and dated and everything.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Well, somebody make a motion to authorize Lindsay to execute the construction contract and related documents for the waterworks.
I make a motion to, we just said that.
We're done.
Votes.
Yes.
I'm gonna abstain.
Scott, we'll meet these
Yes.
at the pre-construction meeting.
Okay.
We'll meet these documents.
All right. We're gonna adjourn. 7:30. Oh, okay.
So I need to get with you two,
Let's adjourn
Earlier.
the meeting. Let's adjourn the meeting. We'll talk.
okay.
All right, 7:37.
Okay.
Okay.
I've heard an awful lot
There's a
of
place on there. So you can put test for everything.
Okay,
I just know Luke that for her and Red for you.
so how do I get those back to you?
If you can get them to Scott.
They'll get them to you?
Yeah, we'll have that at the pre-construction meeting.
Fine, on Wednesday?
No, it'll be early.
Oh, okay. Oh, reconstruction, that's right, okay, got it.
No problem. No, there's our executive session.
Okay.
It was a motion to accept.